गुणातीतोऽक्षरं ब्रह्म भगवान् पुरुषोत्तमः जनो जानन्निदं सत्यं मुच्यते भवबन्धनात्। श्री स्वामीनारायण भगवान की जय। अक्षर पुरुषोत्तम महाराज की जय। राधा कृष्ण देव की जय। सियावर रामचंद्र भगवान की जय। प्रमुख स्वामी महाराज की जय। प्रमुख स्वामी महाराज शताब्दी महोत्सव की जय। With prostrations at the divine feet of Bhagavan Swaminarayan and my Guru Hari, Param Pujya Pramukh Swami Maharaj, my heartiest namaskar. Good evening to our revered Guruji, Chabra ji, Parimal ji, Nitesh, elders and youngsters, and my dear friends. It's nice to be with you today evening, and especially when the subject of the evening is equanimity at all times and thus leading to ever bliss. This is the need of the hour, right or wrong? Yes. Absolute need of the hour. For this are the great sages of India. They have given us two scriptures. First is the Yoga Shastra and second is the Sankhya Shastra. Yoga Shastra is attachment. Sankhya Shastra is detachment. We are more focused in this 20th and the 21st century on attachments and less focused, rather negligibly focused on detachment. That is Sankhya Shastra. When we know the art of attachment, we create, we generate. And when we learn the art of detachment, we are at peace with ourselves and we are at equanimity at all times. It should be a good combination of attachment and detachment in life. So even now the top corporates all over the world, they teach to the top executives detached attachment. This is a new word in the corporate world. Top corporates like corporate trainers like Og Mandino, Ken Blanchard, Richard Kaplan, Shiv Khera, they all teach detached attachment. From morning 9 to evening 6, you are a businessman. From evening 6 to evening 9, you are a family man. From 9 p.m. to 10:30 p.m. you have a personal life, emotional and spiritual life. Well lived, well balanced, you enjoy equanimity of life. But if you are stuck to your mobile phones till 11 p.m. expecting a call from the PMO, then questions may arise when it comes to equanimity. So the art of attachment and the art of detachment. As Lord Krishna tells in the Srimad Bhagavad Gita, Sthit Pragnasya Kya Bhasha? Sthit Pragnasya Ka Bhasha. What are the characteristics of a Sthit Pragna Purush? How he thinks, what he talks, speaks, how he behaves. And then Lord Krishna tells to Arjuna the characteristics of a Sthit Pragna Purush, a person who has equanimity in all the seasons of life. We'll try to analyze those advices of Krishna because they are so relevant even today. Extremely relevant in today's times. Many a times we feel that the scriptures, they were written hundreds of years back, ages back. They are not so relevant today, but they are most relevant today. Any happening in your family life has happened in Mahabharata and Ramayana. I challenge and guarantee. You have to just pick up your character in it. Any happening in your personal life or spiritual life has advices in the Srimad Bhagavad Gita. The top management principles told by the top corporate trainers today, whatever research and survey in the last 15 years, you tell it to me and I'll put a slok of Srimad Bhagavad Gita against it. They're so relevant today. So what Krishna tells to Arjuna when it comes to sthit prajna sthiti, that is equanimity in all seasons of life, let us try to analyze it a bit. Because now the corporates are also training this. I'm repeatedly mentioning it because many a times to hear this from three-piece suits and tie in their neck, you feel it better than hearing from a saffron-clad person. Because anything that goes from the east to the west and comes to the west packing, you like it better. When I talk of yoga, you will say, Swami, it's all like olden times. But when it gets suffixed by a big, inflated, egoistic American A and becomes yoga, you will lie on the floor at 5 a.m. So when it comes to packing from the West, you will like it because you are modern, you are secular. But all the ways of life, the sun as rises in the east always comes from the wisdom of the great Indian scriptures. I tell you one more word coined by the corporate trainers in the West. You will be more surprised. First, I informed you with detached attachment. Second good word coined and taught to the Fortune 500 executives is, you should become a saintly executive. Saintly executive is again a new term coined now. आप भगवा कपड़े पहने या ना पहने, आपको साधु तो बनना पड़ेगा. You will have to be imbibing yourself with saintly qualities even to be a good executive. Saintly executive. That is, we start the journey of equanimity in all seasons of life. First is physical body. शास्त्र में ये बात लिखी है कि ये शरीर है वो नाशवंत है, तुच्छ है और दुख रूप है. We have never given a thought to this. Because we are always towards the yoke, that is the attachment. My body, I'm handsome. Because like 95% of the people when they stand in front of the mirror, they feel that just by 5%, 2% I miss Hollywood, Bollywood, otherwise I'm wearing one. 95% feel. थोड़ी कमी रह गई वरना मैं भी कोई एक आध गुड़ में चल जाता. Bollywood, Tollywood, Collywood, Follywood, Bollywood, whatever. We are over-attached to body. Over-attachment towards body is the source of all sorrows of life. The moment you feel that I'm handsome, I'm beautiful, that is a natural thought. You have to imbibe an artificial thought behind it, that it is perishable and this is a 60 or 70 year game. That will create equanimity in thoughts. The moment you feel that my physique is extraordinary, the second thought you have to artificially put in your mind that it will go in flames at 80. That will create equanimity. Otherwise, more presentations of yourself in front of the mirror and you will be on the one extreme side of the pendulum. You will experience the other extreme side. It is a fact of life. It is a reality. ये देह नाशवंत है, ये देह तुच्छ है और दुख रूप है. If this body is the source for all achievements in life, by your hard work, by your resources, by your backgrounds, by your platforms, by your know-hows, by your experiences, at the same time, this body is also the source of all pain and sorrow. Treat both these thoughts equally in your mind and heart. Then in the morning from 9 to 6, you will work with that thought. Hard work, energy, resources, achievements, goals. And after 6 p.m., go back to this thought. That one more sunset in my life today. That will create equanimity in your life, in your thought process. It is a fundamental thing, this is a reality. See, principles don't change, processes may change. Principles, they don't change. 1 plus 1, 2 becomes 2. 1 plus 1 is equal to 2 in India or America, wherever you are. How to write 1 depends upon different types of characteristics that you choose. कोई 1 यूं लिखते हैं, कोई सिर्फ लाइन करते हैं, कोई artistically लिखते हैं. Processes change, principles don't change. So when it comes to this physical body, the basic thought, ये नाशवंत है, ये तुच्छ है और दुख रूप है. 1.5 lakh people, they leave this earth every day. One day is 86,200 seconds. So every 2 seconds, 3 people leave this earth. If God decides to put the entire focus of 24 hours on Vadodara, maximum 5 or 6 days in this population of 20 lakhs of this city. So the body that you are taking pride of and being proud of, either being handsome or beautiful, either a good physique, either intelligent, either wealthy, it is perishable. It will all go up in flames one day. You have to root this thought in your hearts and minds. ये थोड़ी कठिन बात है, because always from this platform it is pumping of motivation, is inspiration. लेकिन सांख्य की बात करने वाले लोग यहाँ कम आए होंगे और कम करते होंगे. Run is the atmosphere here. Today, stop, look back and retreat is I am creating now. दुख रूप है, नाशवंत है और तुच्छ है. Steve McQueen, the celebrated actor of Hollywood, renowned for his looks, for his extraordinary physique, and at the top of his career he always felt that I am top of the world. His charm, he overshadowed Hollywood. At a very young age, in the middle age, he caught cancer and went into severe depression within months. A person who would never look at the church would find himself 2 times visiting the church and bending down on his knees in front of the God. He despised God. But then he said, wisdom is more important than looks. Knowledge is more important than know-how and knowledge. He despised God, but he had to come to the platform of equanimity with this cause, to live the rest of his life peacefully and die a peaceful death. Take it. List down 10 sorrows of life, 10 pains of life. After this session, you list down 10 pains of life. Give me one by one. We start with Guruji. 1 pain of life, severe pain of life, severe sorrow of life. Death of a nearest one. Parimalji? You have none, I am talking of the general audience, general society.
Okay. I think their own death.
That is the ultimate. He is not experiencing that. He experiences for a few years a sorrow or a pain. Like life-taking disease. As you said, death of a near one. Your business gets
Unable
stretched.
to help when needed.
Unable to help when somebody actually needs you. A lot of pains and sorrows in life. List down 10. Close your eyes. Pick up a pen and randomly take 2. That will be yours. That means out of the 10 topmost sorrows of life, everybody passes through 2. You will have to pass. When you know that you will have to pass through one of these sorrows, prepare yourself mentally. Either somebody sitting here would lose his young son in an accident, sorrow number 1. Somebody sitting here is going to lose his spouse in the middle age because of cancer. Somebody sitting here is going to have a car crash and a severe lifetime injury. out of such 10, 2 happens with everybody, then why are you getting worried? 7 million population, everybody will experience 2 out of this 10. आने ही वाले हैं. But because we are preconditioning our mind, मुझे कभी दुख आना ही नहीं चाहिए. क्यों आया? आया. ये क्यों आया? That brings stress. आता है, सबको आता है. Certain attitudes in life are very important. See, when the light goes in America, he just picks up a phone and calls the electric company. And he barks. He shouts at the top of his voice. If the light goes in Japan, he's a self-helper, he picks up the stool and starts fixing the fuse. And if the light goes in India, he simply opens the door or the window and says, "Sabki chali gayi hai, chalta hai." This is helpful. I tell you, helpful. सबकी गई है ना? हाँ, तो हमारी भी गई. हम भी सोसाइटी के एक मेंबर हैं. क्या करते हैं? चलो चेयर लेके बाहर बैठ जाओ, कोई आएगा तो बातें करेंगे. और क्या? Americans they go into tension. क्यों लाइट गई? Japanese will start working और Indians आधे घंटा बैठेंगे उसमें. Attitudes they help. तो बॉडी में भी ये attitudes रखना है कि ये sorrows, ये pain सबको आते हैं. Why are you getting disturbed? Why are you getting worried? Why are you losing your equanimity when you are told that you are suffering with first stage cancer? Okay, this was my part of the luck and fortune. Fine. Okay. So this body should be known in the terms of yoga and Sankhya both. We only know the yoga part, and that is why we invite mental stress and we lose equanimity of life. ये बहुत हकीकत है. This is a fact of life. When Pramukh Swami Maharaj at the age of 78 in 1998, today is 95, and he was taken to Lenox Hospital in New York for angiography. Dr. Subramaniam, the world-renowned open heart surgeon, among the top 3, he took a decision that this very time, at this very moment, he should be operated upon for a bypass surgery. Pramukh Swami Maharaj was on stretcher and he was told by the doctor that you are sitting on a ticking bomb. You will have to undergo bypass immediately. Pramukh Swami Maharaj, without a second's delay, without a change of a single wrinkle on his face, he said, "Okay, do it." Subramaniam was very much surprised. Years later, when he was talking in a live interview on BBC, he was asked that you have performed more than 20,000 open heart surgeries. Have you come across any person where you have seen sthit prajna, that you have given in the news of bypass, and without any hesitation or worry or a wrinkle on his face, he has accepted it with a smile? He said, not 19,999, only one. And he said, Pramukh Swami Maharaj. I saw it with my own eyes, the equanimity, that okay, life is life and death is death. Accept it when it comes. This is body, this is perishable. So that equanimity, that thought, it works in this way. Second to body, with this body, is relationships. In the same way in the relationships also. Plus 20 plus 10 plus 10. Of all the relationships that you have today, or you will nurture in future, 60% will remain good till the end of your life. Another 20% you will have to compromise your ego and try to keep the relationship. That comes to 80, 60 plus 20 is 80. Another 10 from 80 to 90 you will spoil your relationships because of your errors or errors from the other side. That comes to 90, and the last 10% of the relationships are definitely going to get converted into severe enmity. Give me a yes if you agree with me.
Yes.
It is 60 plus 20 plus 10 plus 10 is the ratio of all the 7 billion population upon this earth. Why are you worrying of the last 10%? They were bound to create into enmity. Why are you worrying of the previous 10%? They were bound to get spoiled because of human errors, human natures. So 60 plus 20 plus 10 plus 10. If somebody breaks a relation, give him a good broad smile and a goodbye, pray for him, and delete his number from the mobile. That is equanimity. Simple. Don't worry. Immediately go into the 10 plus 10, the last. ये relation वो 10% वाले, 80 to 90 वाले. पता चला? Give him a broad smile, a big bye, wish him good for life, pray for him, and delete the number from the mobile. Simple. That is equanimity. Otherwise, you will get disturbed. You will have to take a sleeping pill at night. 60 plus 20 plus 10 plus 10 is the ratio of relationships for every person upon this earth. Accept the realities. Don't worry. This is how the equanimity works when it comes to relationships. That is point number 2 after body, that is relationships. And this is how it goes. When keeping relationships, if you want equanimity, our Guru Pramukh Swami teaches one thing. He teaches 4 points. He's a very experienced person. He has traveled worldwide in 18,000 villages in 60 countries. He has personally answered more than 7 lakh letters during his lifetime. He has personally met more than 2 million people, listening to their worries and problems and trying to solve them, blessing them and educating them. He's in the Guinness Book of World Records more than 6 times. He could appear another 10 times. He is the recipient of more than 40 key to the cities in America. He was felicitated in the British Parliament, in the Canadian Parliament, in the White House, in the Kenyan Parliament with standing ovations. And today he is 95. And the good part, let me share with you the good news. It is like about 7:50 now. And at the age of 95, at this very moment, this very second, Pramukh Swami Maharaj in Saranpur, sitting in a wheelchair at 95, is initiating 25 youths into sainthood. The ceremony is going on. The ceremony is going on. 8 of them are born American citizens and masters from Stanford and Yale. That person, Pramukh Swami Maharaj, with his experience, and he's running this NGO. I come from this organization BAPS, which is one of the largest NGOs of the world. This BAPS is bigger than Lions International. It is bigger than Rotary International. You have seen the campus here in Yatladra. 1,300 such campuses developed and administered by Pramukh Swami himself in one human lifespan. More than 200 hospitals, hostels, schools and colleges. He, from his experience to cultivate equanimity in our lives, he says when it comes to relationships, in traditional Gujarati, he speaks 4 points. He says, Mathe baraf muko, mangam tu muko, hak dawo muko, and dene gasi kadu. That means in your relationships, keep cool and calm at all times. Think 1,000 times before you respond, and think 1,00,000 times before you react. Cool and calm. Second is, Mandam tu mukidev. Try to make your relationships happier, even if you have to put aside your smaller wish. When it's a bigger wish, try to compromise. If your spouse says, no, South Indian, then leave your North Indian food here. Third is, hak dao mukidev. Don't always step down, put your foot down for your rights and for your authority. When it comes to rights and authority thinking, relationships don't go long. And fourth is, he says, dene gasinafu. Means always try to be helpful. Always try to be some part of somebody's life. And you maintain a good relationship. Then you will maintain equality. So when it comes to relationship, these are the facts to maintain equanimity of life. These are the reasons how it comes into practice. And these are the advices and wisdom from such spiritually enlightened gurus like Pramukh Swami Maharaj. After relationships, another field which requires equanimity is your field of work. Karmanyevadhikaraste ma phaleshu kadachana. Lord Krishna says, your job is to perform your duty well. Results, Krishna says, I will decide. Equanimity we lose when we try over-attachment towards the desired results. I planned this project this way, I got this wonderful consultant advice this way, I put my this resources of money, know-how and experience with this, I must get this result. The thought is not wrong. Only with this thought you will be energized every day in the morning to work for the success of your project. But at the same time, artificially inject the thought in your mind that after all this, there can be a severe failure. Yes or no?
Yes.
Today I want to tell you this. The natural thoughts are all yoga. You have to inject the artificial thoughts of Sankhya. I think all of us have an experience that sometimes we have well worked, still the projects have failed or partially failed. And sometimes we have worked less and we have achieved good success. Yes or no?
Yes.
That means it is very clear that if there are 100 factors affecting the success of the project which are under your control, there are 1,000 factors affecting the failure of the project which are not in your control. Then why are you losing your equanimity? Perform your duties to the best of your knowledge and resources. Results, don't get over-attached to it. Karmanyevadhikaraste shlok's first meaning is this, that you will have to perform a deed. Karma to sabko karna hi padega. Karma bina koi nahi reh sakta. But do it ethically right and do it to please God. Simple. Then you will maintain equanimity. The moment you lose ethics in karma, whether you are Raja or Raju, you can be behind bars. Whether you are the king of the skies, you have to fly out. Whether you are the face of the corporate world, you can be behind bars for insider trading, Rajat Gupta. Or whether you are the Sahara of thousands of families, you can still like the Sahara in Bihar. Anybody you are, whatever you are, you transcend these norms of karma, and action and reaction are always equal and opposite, not just equal and opposite. Equal and opposite. You will have to bear. And the spiritual scriptures teaches you, if not in this birth, in the next birth. If not in this birth, कई लोग हमको आके कहते हैं स्वामी मैंने किसी का कुछ गलत नहीं किया. See, मैंने हमेशा लोगों को मदद की है, सबके लिए अच्छी भावना रखी है, तो मुझे क्यों ऐसे हुआ? This is the basic question, right? When it comes to spirituality and God and the system, लेकिन ये जन्म में नहीं किया, पूर्व जन्म में किया है. इसका फल यहाँ भी मिल सकता है. The God up there doesn't make a mistake. And now don't tell me about the previous birth or the rebirth. It is scientifically and logically proved. You can see on the net the book Reincarnation written from the West, real life examples. कई लोगों को पूर्व जन्म याद आ गया, वहाँ गए, देखे, सब कुछ हकीकत है. Everything is right. So sometimes some of the fruits of your deeds you have to either enjoy or suffer in this life also. So ये कभी प्रश्न मत पूछना कि मैं अच्छा हूँ, किसी का गलत नहीं किया, तो मुझे क्यों ऐसा हुआ? Either you are suffering of last birth, or the person who is creating a karma on you is creating a new karma. You will make him suffer in the next birth. This is the principle. This is the first meaning of Karmanyevadhikaraste. You have to apply it properly when you work. The second important meaning of Karmanyevadhikaraste is, Krishna has said that fruits, the size of the fruit and the sweetness of the fruit, I will decide. That you don't have any authority on.
Increment, promotion, he will decide.
Yes. Your job is to perform the duty. Because sometimes without even performing your duty to the best of level, still you may receive an increment and promotion. Because you have become the left or the right hand of your... Those don't work every time. And don't work for the longer time. It is always quality that works in the longer run. Always that runs. And the third meaning of Karmanya Vadikaraste is, even if you have performed the entire day, still the end result, the fruit, many people have a part of it. When you came here today evening for this session, how many people during the day made you reach here today evening? Does that include the chef in your house, the cook in your house? Give me a yes or no. Does that include the driver who drove you here? Then you must distribute the fruit. We don't distribute the fruit. We want the entire fruit either in a nationalized bank or in the Swiss bank. And that is where equanimity we lose. Whatever fruits you get, you must distribute a small part of it to those sections of the society who are helped. ड्राइवर और कुक ने आपको मदद की, डायरेक्टली आप उनको मदद नहीं करते, लेकिन उस सेक्शन को समाज में आपको कुछ कंट्रीब्यूट करना चाहिए. You have to distribute your fruits. There's a meaning of it. Another good thought of work is, take yourself as an instrument. He is the all-doer. Once Pramukh Swami Maharaj was in Rajkot and one Mr. Tushar Shukla, who was a musician with the All India Radio, used to perform. He came to Pramukh Swami for blessings and he had his routine talk, blessings and everything. And then he said, Swamiji, I have been seeing you since last 20 years. I have seen equanimity in your life. I never seen your feathers getting ruffled. And you have passed through all the swings of life. Because Pramukh Swami Maharaj is 78 years into public life. And nobody can point a single finger towards him. How did you balance it out? And Pramukh Swami Maharaj simply said in his traditional Gujarati, Sahib, તમે સિતાર વગાડો છો તો તમે વગાડો એમ વાગે છે ને? He said yes. એમ અમે પણ ભગવાનની ઈચ્છા હોય ને એમ જ કામ કરીએ છીએ. Take yourself to be an instrument. Whatever he will decide to play, the tunes will come out of you. Again I repeat, 8 hours of good, honest, ethical work is your duty. Applying all your resources. But take this, that he will finally decide the tune and the music out of me. That faith will create equanimity in your life. You will not get disturbed. Kash to mujhe ye kaam karna tha, kyun nahi hua? Did you try your best? Yes. Fine. If this was not to happen, everybody would have completed their to-do list by evening. Did we complete? 6 out of 7 days we are not able to complete our to-do list. Yes or no? Genuinely tell me. Yes. Still not a good yes or a no.
Yes.
I'm talking all realities of it. 6 out of 7 days we are not able to complete the to-do list. Why? Because we were focusing on it, but there were many other factors deciding our day. As simple as that. So when he decides, you play the instrument. So when it comes to work, this is a very important understanding. Another good understanding when it comes to work is, once Pramukh Swami Maharaj was asked by Natubhai Patel, the general manager of Anicon Engineering Company, that Swamiji, I have seen you in all phases of the day. In your morning walk, writing letters, talking to people on phone, sitting in the assembly, blessing the people. I've never seen a single wrinkle of tiredness on your face, laziness on your face, bored out on your face, any worry on your face. Why? You handle such a huge NGO. And I tell you, it is easy to run a corporate than an NGO of this scale. Because in corporate you have pay and smile relationship. In an NGO you have serve and smile relationship. कॉर्पोरेट में तो आपका काम बॉस को अच्छा लगता है इसलिए बॉस आपको रखते हैं और बॉस की तनख्वाह आपको अच्छी लगती है इसलिए आप वहां रहते हैं 200-500 रुपया ज्यादा दे देते तो आप चले नहीं जाते हो NGO where you are determined to stay lifetime as a member where you have a give and take relationship of serve and smile serve and smile working platform is much difficult than pay and smile relationship. Nathubai Patel told Pramukh Swami this, that I could see this equanimity on your face. And Pramukh Swami Maharaj finally expressed himself. You see, from morning to evening we do all the types of work that is entrusted upon us. In the evening we give it back to God with the prayers that I tried my best with all my resources that you have gifted to me. You decide the results, and we go to sleep. Next day morning we wake up and take the file back from him. A fine way of detached attachment. The best way of detached attachment. But we are not able to keep this equanimity because we take our homes in our hearts at 9 a.m. in office, and we take our offices in our minds, in our brains at 6 p.m. back home. Did you get it? That is why not this equanimity. We take our homes at 9 a.m. in our hearts at our office, and we take our offices in our brains at 6 p.m. at home, and that is why the problem. Clear-cut scissor. Warren Buffett was told, how do you manage? And he says, at 6 p.m. I throw my pen on the working table and get up. Kumar Mangalam Birla said, at 8 p.m. we deposit our mobiles to our mother. Detached attachment. Do you own all the problems of the world? Iraq and Syria IS issue is your baby? Then just go through the headlines. Don't go into the details. Are you going deep into the details of 2G, 3G and coal scheme just because you are expecting a call from the Joint Parliamentary Committee membership? What is sugar to a diabetic patient? Listen carefully. What is sugar to a diabetic patient is loads of information to us. Cut down. You don't need all these informations in life. The more and more you are collecting just because you know more and more, you will be loaded with much more unwanted informations which will load your mind. And GBs are unlimited, but usable GBs because of our demand are very less. Then you will not be able to remember the real people and the loving people and their natures in your life. You must only know this one, there is something happening there. Why go into the details? Okay, fine. Donald Trump and Hillary Clinton almost to be nominated from both the parties. You must have this information, okay. In which state, how much delegates did Trump know? What are you doing? You are losing your life. Don't go for the details of the primaries in US. Both are definitely going to be, most definitely going to be the probable nominations from both the sides. Okay, that much is enough. लेकिन मैरीलैंड में ट्रम्प को कितने डेलीगेट्स हुए? Why did ex-actor of Bollywood divorce by actress of Bollywood? Why are you concerned? You are a fool, wasting your time. More than 10 minutes of time in front of the newspaper or TV, you have not understood life. Clap only if you are going to reduce your time. I don't want unnecessary clapping. This is a clear definition. More than 10 minutes in front of the newspaper and TV, you are a fool.
And TV also.
The France government has officially passed the bill. It was tabled last week in the parliament. Now they officially passed the bill that every French citizen will have the right, constitutional right to reject official emails and work after 6 p.m. Constitutional right to reject work. Officially tabled and passed. See, people have now come down to senses. Many times I talk that you want to reduce 90% of the problems of the world. One simple solution. To create equanimity all over the world. If all the governments, all the corporates, everybody decides to absolutely stop work at 6 p.m. all the family issues will get solved because you will spend 2 hours with your family. और रात को आप 10 बजे आते हैं ना, मोबाइल चेक करते, ब्लैकबेरी में ईमेल चेक करते करते घर, तो उसके ही प्रॉब्लम्स है ये सब. and you are not able to enjoy equanimity in your life. So work-life balance is very important. Tell me, do you want to drink the whole sea of your profession? कोई lawyer बैठा है यहाँ पे? What are you doing, gentlemen?
Myself?
Hmm?
I'm heading NGO.
You're heading an NGO.
Small NGO.
Any professional work I'm talking of, other than social service.
No, that's
You?
Industrial automation.
Is industrial?
Automation.
Automation. All the work of the entire state of Gujarat comes on your table then. Not just not, give me a louder one.
You will suffer on that.
Even then he will go mad. Tell him, yeah, am I right or wrong? Don't try to drink the whole sea of your profession. You can't. Put a physical bar very clear. Learn the art of rejecting work. That will create equanimity. All the work that comes on your table, don't do it. This is not that I am talking here. Top management gurus, international management gurus, now they have started preaching this because of the increased level of lifestyle diseases. Increasing number, exponential increasing numbers of lifestyle diseases. They are teaching this. And see the French government, they officially passed the bill. So this is Karmanyavadhikaras. Well applied now. Corporate level and constitutional level. So this is how you work. This is the fact of life, of a work-life balance, of equanimity of work. Because if you are successful as a businessman and failure as a husband, you are a failure. If you are successful as a corporate giant and you are failure as a family man, you are a failure. Equal balance. Work life, family life, personal life, equal balance. And a balanced life, well lived, is a life lived. A balanced life, well lived, is a life lived. With millions of dollars in your bank accounts, if your eyes close, क्या है आपका? मैंने बोला ना आज मैं यहाँ सांख्य ज्ञान देने आया हूँ. Don't learn for your children, they will learn. अमेरिका में ये क्लब्स चालू हुई हैं. Give your children just enough money, they can start a small business. But don't they give them enough money that they wake up at 10 a.m. and go to clubs at 5 p.m. No. So before you die, there are a lot of NGOs and good work in the society. Got my point? As simple as that. So this is how you tackle work in life. Karmanyavadhikaraste ma phaleshu kadachana. Then it comes to your real 70-year life. The fourth part of equanimity. First was body, second was work, second was relationship, third was work, and fourth is your actual life. हमारी लाइफ में बेसिक प्रश्न ये होता है कि स्वामी everything happens with destiny or something happens by hard work. What is the combination? तो तीन कॉम्बिनेशन से जीवन में सब प्रसंग बनते हैं, सब घटनाएं बनती है. प्रारब्ध, पुरुषार्थ और ईश्वर कृपा. ये तीन की कॉम्बिनेशन चलती है. Many things is destiny. Many things you achieve by your hard work. And many things if you don't deserve, you get it. That is kripa. All these three things, they work individually sometimes, they work in a combination, two of them in a combination, three of them in a combination, sometimes individually, to make up your entire life of 70 or 80 years. Everything is not destined and everything is not achieved by hard work. But that God does not reveal to anybody. Otherwise, you will file a case against him. Because you are intelligent. Eh? Then you will file a case against him. Why this much? Why this proportion? Why this proportion? He is not talking directly to us and not revealing everything to us. He is His big mercy on us. Huh? Take it as a big mercy. Otherwise, you will lose your life fighting him. But whatever he does, does for my good. As we parents, you are parents sitting here, Would you like to do anything wrong to your children? Even knowingly or unknowingly? Tell me yes or no. No, then he's our father and mother. Why would he do something wrong to us? Even when he's doing something wrong, that is what you are feeling is for your good. That attitude will give you a good life. That attitude will create your small attitudes of life. Pramukh Swami Maharaj was in New York, the room was smaller one, the reception room, the meeting room, and somebody said, Swami, this room is very small. Swami said, in his traditional Gujarati, nano hoy ne to saru, power osho bade. The smaller is one, less the power used. 1 week hence, he was in Toronto, spacious place, and the same gentleman he said, Swami, this must be the size of the room. Swami said, yes. Moti hoy ne to vadhare loko avi shake. This is attitude. This is equanimity. When it comes to situations, when it comes to persons, Pramukh Swami Maharaj was told, we are like 960 saints, today it will be 986. He works with everybody, junior, senior, lesser intelligent, more intelligent, everybody. And he was told, Swami, how do you get along with everybody? Swami says, when you want to work with people, take the shape of water. Adjust in a bucket, in a glass or a bowl. Swami said, Pramukh Swami Maharaj said, મને બધી વ્યક્તિ સાથે કાયમ ફાવે છે. Attitude. Simply you understand the person and say, what are his natures, backgrounds, leanings in life, and get along with it. It's a very short journey. This is not a human journey for a spiritual endeavor. It is actually a spiritual life for a short human journey of 60 years. So create your attitudes spiritual. This is about something called positive attitudes. This will give you equanimity of life. Pramukh Swami says another one thing. Swami said, somebody tells you are a donkey. Sabaraji, you are a donkey. Somebody tells you this. What must you think? Simply close your eyes and just introspect. Do I have a thick white skin? No. Do I have long ears? No. Do I have 4 legs? No. Do I have a tail? No. If not this, I am not a donkey. I am a human being. We have seen Pramukh Swami Maharaj being severely insulted in public with our own eyes by ignorant people. And we have seen his grand felicitations at the international levels. We have seen equanimity on his face on both these occasions, tens of times. Why? This understanding of life. And Pramukh Swami says, कोई आपको बोले कि आप गधा हैं, तो दूसरा थॉट क्या है? If I tell you, Chhabraji looking at you and says, Arvind bhai, can you come here? What will you tell me? If I say, Mr. Arvind Pachal, please come here. And what will you tell me? I am K.S. Chabra, I am not. Simply if somebody tells you, गधा जैसा है, नहीं, मैं मनुष्य हूँ, गधा नहीं. इतना ही आंसर देना है. That is equanimity. See, that is stability. Pramukh Swami says, जब कोई आपको गधा कहता है तब आप गधे नहीं बनते हो. When you roll your sleeves, मुझे गधा कहा, अब बना. See, we are so much cheap-minded and mean-minded. Let me take the liberty of using these words. We are so much, all humans, all of us, so much cheap and mean-minded. Even if when we go to a reception and somebody just looks, just a gaze, मेरे सामने क्यों देखता होगा? भाई आंखें हैं तो देखता है, चलना है. Simple. If the cat crosses your road from left to right, then. And if the cat crosses from right to left, then give me, tell me, these are things we believe in.
अब
शुगर बोलते हैं. इतना ज्यादा सोचने की जरूरत नहीं है, इतना ही सोचना है. As you are going somewhere, the cat is also going somewhere. This is equanimity of life.
As it is.
As it is, simple. Don't take simple occasions or simple happenings in your life too seriously. लेकिन we are so much cheap and mean. मेरे सामने क्यों देख? We are that much. कोई आपको बोले ना, पता है आपको? नहीं. In traditional Gujarati, खबर नहीं. No. Really? She is building the atmosphere. And then said, that common friend, Mr. X, yes, after you left the party, he was talking about you this. See, as a personal friend, I'm telling you, don't name me somewhere, it is just for information. 98% of such talks are false. Only then you will create equanimity. लेकिन हम तो विचार में सोच में उतर जाते हैं, ऐसा कहा, क्यों कहा होगा, कौन थे, कौन खड़े थे, और कोई कुछ बोला, जिसने जो बोला है सामने आके बोला तब डील करेंगे, forget it. When he comes and says on your face, deal with the situation. Otherwise, forget such talks. Otherwise, usable GBs बढ़ जाएगी, equanimity नहीं रहेगी. Forget things. People talk when it comes to equanimity of forget and forgive, isn't it? I teach one step ahead. Forget, forgive, and forge. Reborn again. Forget, forgive, and forge. This is how life goes. This is how you maintain equanimity of life. So, when it comes to body, relationships, work, life, and the last 2 minutes says a very good word. If you don't carry all the talk from this seminar today, carry this one word, भगवान की इच्छा. जो कुछ भी होता है ऊपर वाले की इच्छा से. Take it positively. Somebody gives a pat on your shoulder, his wish. And the same hand, 3 inches up, and a slap on your cheek, भगवान की इच्छा. Equanimity. Don't lose your stability at any cost, otherwise you are a major loser. Why depend upon people and situations for your stability? Create your defense system. Nothing should penetrate it. कोई गधा जैसा कहे तो भी penetrate नहीं होना चाहिए. Situation बदल गई. Why cause the 43.7 degrees temperature? हर साल आता है. Why causing? See, अभी talks में होगा कौन? यार 43 में गर्मी, लेकिन होने ही वाली है. क्यों इसकी चर्चा करते हैं? समर है, मई है तो 43 रहेगी. Bless yourself, you are not in Afghanistan at 48 and 50. Simple. So everything happens with the wish of God. He creates situations, He creates for our good, and that will create equanimity of life. I end with the last example. A great Wimbledon player, Arthur Ashe, who won 2 times at the Wimbledon at the age of 24. An icon for the youth, an inspiration for the youth. Because of the less checked blood transfusion, he caught AIDS at a very young age. He got bedridden after a few months. Death was sudden. Fans from all over the world, because he was in the late 20s of his life, still an icon for the youth, they started writing letters to him. He could not answer any of them. But a young fan had written a letter to Arthur Ashe that I just want to question God. Why He gifted you with this dreaded disease? Why this dreaded disease to you? You are a youth icon. You are inspiration to us. To this letter, Arthur Ashe said, I want to answer. And he wrote, and this letter today, the answer, is still in a plaque on the center court of the Wimbledon. Arthur Ashe wrote, see my little boy. The fan was 15 or 16 year old. So he writes, see my little boy. There are 50 million children upon this earth wanting to play tennis. Out of those, only 5 million actually catch the racket and play for long years in their life. Out of those 5 million children and the youth playing tennis, that is 50 lakh. Only 500,000 they play at the school or the university level. Out of those 500,000 is 5 lakhs. Only 50,000 they enter the professional circuit. And out of those 50,000, only 5,000 they enter the Grand Slams, the 4, Australian, French, Wimbledon, the US. Out of those 5,000, only 500 play the Wimbledon. Out of those 500, only 4 reach the semis, 2 reach the finals, and only 1 person lifts the Wimbledon trophy on the center court. He writes this in the first paragraph. In the second paragraph he writes, my little boy, when I was lifting that cup on the center court of the Wimbledon, I did not look up and ask God, why out of 50 million children wanting to play tennis, you decided me to lift the cup? Today I don't have the right to ask him, why you selected me for this? Absolute calmness. भगवान की इच्छा. मैं विंबलडन के सेंट्रल कोर्ट पे ट्रॉफी उठा रहा था तो वो भी भगवान की इच्छा थी, और आज ये dreaded disease है, भगवान की इच्छा. Let him decide. And he died very calm and peaceful. So good success in your life, don't get overwhelmed, and a deep sorrow in your life, don't subdue yourself to it and go into depression. Enjoy equanimity and stability. Losing wealth is not a big loss. Losing family is a loss, but losing the stability and equanimity of your life is the biggest loss of your life. And that is your possession. Don't let other people or happenings and surroundings take away your possessions of life. Okay? So all my prayers for all of you, that we all enjoy equanimity of life, stability of life. When the worst happenings, out of those 10, any two will, they are going to happen. So take life that way. My all prayers for all of you. Thank you very much.